If you would like to get this month's crystal reading for your sign for download and purchase, please click on the Vimeo link below this video in the Show More section, or visit my website, theluckymermaid.com, and the links for these videos are posted on the most recent video page. Please be sure to check out my other psychic readings for each zodiac sign I have available there as well. Thank you so much. Wish you many blessings and peace. Hi, all the signs of the zodiac. I'm Pam, and welcome to your Black Moon crystal reading for September 30th, 2016. Since I did recordings for the two eclipses back in September for the 1st and the 16th, I wanted to see what would come up for you in the crystal for this black moon, which means there's 2 new moons in a month, and I believe this happens every 2.5 years. So I thought I would see what comes up here, and hopefully it'll give you some insights. I'm going to do it again the same way that I did with the eclipses. I'm going to do it by element: earth, fire, water, and air. The reason I'm doing this is because there are so many other videos. I just wouldn't have time to break this down by each sign. So right now, the videos for October are being posted to YouTube either right now, the same day, or a few days after, and also all the crystal readings I did on Vimeo for October 2016. So I'm doing it by the elements here, and let's see what the spirit guides are going to say about this black moon on September 30th, 2016. First, I'm going to look into Earth. I get like new waves of emotions coming to many of you Earth signs based on this new moon. I also get, for some of you, it may make you feel like you're feeling grumpy or stodgy, and that you don't want to feel that way. Like I pick up you feeling like, ooh, I feel out of sorts, I feel grumpy, I don't feel like doing that, that kind of curmudgeon-y behavior, and I see you snapping yourself out of it and saying, you know what, I got to get rid of this, that. I feel like you're going to get rid of old things, but I do see you having like strong waves of emotion from this new moon. I feel that you may experience some swirling seas of confusion where you're going to have a lot of people coming to talk to you about a variety of different things. So I feel this new moon is bringing in for you a lot of communications. I'm not saying it's negative communication. You could be getting deals, offers, it could be communication for good reasons. But I feel like it's a lot, and I feel that at some points you may feel like, oh, I just talked to too many people, and now I feel confused. I need to have quiet. So I feel some of you may experience that. I also hear for some of you Earth signs, you're going to be ripping something open and find something that was lost. So that comes up here, interestingly enough. So you could be opening up a suitcase or some kind of box, or take something out of a closet and some paper flutters out, or you lift something up and there's something. I really feel like you're opening something up and finding something. This could also be symbolic of finding out secrets. That's also possible, like things coming out in the open, or you figuring something out and finding something out. I feel that's going to be the case, one of those possibilities there for Earth signs from this black moon. If you guys have had any diet or exercise regime or program that you were winding up and getting into in the past, and you kind of fell off the wagon of doing it and let it go by the wayside, I feel some of you are going to be getting back on it. I see, like, all right, time to get back on that horse, that kind of energy comes up here. It doesn't have to be exercise. It could be other things also that maybe you got energized about in the past and were really into. It doesn't have to be working out. Could have been something else. And then you just kind of went, well, I feel like you're going to go back to it. But a lot of it does really feel more like physical activity, energetic sports, and things like that. As far as secrets go, I do see some of you earth signs wanting to keep something secret from others. I see you hiding some things, putting some things away in secret, safety deposit boxes, hiding them in like weird spots that nobody would look. I see, now that could be for a multitude of reasons. So you don't get robbed, it could be, or maybe you don't trust somebody in your environment. That also is coming up here. So now on to the fire signs, and let's see what the black moon is going to bring to the fire signs. I feel that this would be wise for the fire signs to take in some R&R, or they're just going to be doing it. But I feel that many of the fire signs are kind of burned out, or have gotten, maybe the sun has been doing solar things. Everybody should really pay attention to that. I do feel like if you see anybody on the internet talking about possible solar activity, it's a wise thing to watch and listen to what people recommend about it. But if the sun has been affecting you, you may feel like, I need a break, I need a vacation, because I do feel some of you feel like your energy has been really exhausted or expended. I do feel some of you fire signs are going to be feeling jubilant because I see you receiving money. Somebody gives you something. It could be like a gift of cash. It could be a friend gives you a loan, or, some relative is like, I really want to help you out. Here's some money. I mean, I don't know. I just get some of you fire signs. This new moon brings somebody handing you money. It could even be a raise, or like a boss paying you a commission or a bonus. But it feels different to me than that. But I feel that's going to be the case for some of you fire signs. And I feel like it's coming in just for you fire signs just at the right time, because I feel some of you have had some recent kind of expenditure or hit to your pocketbook, bank account, finances. Like you may have had to pay for something unexpected. Maybe your transmission went in your car, or maybe your windows needed to be replaced. I don't know. Whatever it would make sense for you. So this is like filling in that gap, that hole of money that just was, had to exit. So that's good for you, fire signs. I'm happy to see that. Someone new makes a stance with you and invites you to something new. Either the person is new, or the something new that you get invited to is new. Could be a new restaurant, a new movie that came out, a new class, a new concert, anything. But I see many of the fire signs, but it's weird. I wouldn't be surprised if it was an unusual invitation, like your boss asked you to go and you wouldn't have expected it, or somebody you work with that you didn't really think you were that tight with suddenly comes up and says, hey, you want to go to this new place that just opened up and have a few beers. It could be anything like that. I feel that fire signs are going to get invited to something, and somebody's taking a stance with you though, because I'm seeing them like stand in front of you, like. So I'm not sure what to make of that, because I don't really think what they're asking you is negative. It doesn't feel negative to me. But yeah, that was a little slightly confusing there. Well, now, so now on to see what comes up for the water signs with the black moon on September 30th, 2016. I get that the water signs are going to be doing a little jig. They've got something that is now going their way. They're saying to me that you've been getting taught, or this new moon is teaching you, or the eclipses that happened in September were teaching you that you needed to learn how to have some restraint, controls, and hold yourself back from getting too overboard and excited of jumping in with both feet into something and really going like, crazy until you are sure. Because maybe some of you water signs have like looked, leaped before you looked. And so maybe you've kind of gotten some lessons of look before you leap. But I see you being really happy. So some of you water signs, I feel you held yourself back from something that you wanted to jump into or you had anticipation about, and you waited for the right time. And that now all systems go. If anything you want to jump into or go for would be really good and beneficial for you right now. I pick up like some of you water signs are really looking for advancement right now. And I get like they're talking about you putting your picture up somewhere. Could be on the internet, could be like, or just trying to get noticed and recognized for something, for a promotion or some kind of advancement. That's the energy that's circling around this feeling. Like you're ready to take a step forward and move up. You want recognition and people to pay attention to what you're doing. And it's like a motivation and a drive to move forward comes up to me for you with this black new moon in September. I see like one of the big themes for you water signs, they repeated it like 4 times to me. Talking to people. They kept saying that. I feel like you are going to have, I don't know that you're the only sign that got the only signs element that got that. There was communications was going on somewhere else as well. But this is, it's an energy of also making you feel like you're doing something productive. You're achieving your goals, achieving your aims, doing something productive, contributing in a positive way to society or the world or Earth or your life. It's that kind of energy for many of you water signs from this new moon. So now I'm going to look into air and see how this new moon, black new moon on September 30th affects the air signs. You're going to be working toward achieving something, working on something. I see it bringing out diligence and working, goal-oriented and working. So that's a little similar to the water signs there in a way. If any of you air signs have been feeling like you've been being manipulated by other people, you will be seeing it clearly and putting a stop to it. You air signs. It's like maybe even if you sensed it and knew it was going on and you just ignored it or turned a blind eye to it, for some reason I see you facing it. Either you're just realizing it or you really, really face it and you put a stop to it. So I see that also going on. And they do talk about your dreams. They're saying the air signs need to pay attention to their dreams, write them down, analyze them at a future date, like write them down and look back at them in a month. Keep record, even if you only remember bits and pieces or colors or a sentence or two or some weird thing just floats by that you remember. Write all that stuff down and then 30 days later go back and look at it. And for the air signs, it's especially key. I also feel for some of the air signs that they're going to feel like their trials and tribulations are over. Something that you had going on, it could be a court case, it could be a divorce that was pending, a lawsuit, it could be just something that just seemed like it was never going to end in your family situation or in your life is coming to a close. So something that's been tumultuous and problematic for many of the air signs, they're getting actually some kind of closure to that. I get some of you air signs are going to be making either some kind of groundbreaking discovery or coming up with some new really interesting idea or a new twist to something or a new service or product or something that people don't really do or haven't really thought of. I see many of you Aquarians, this new moon is going to birth some ingenuity from you. That's how that came up. I also hear that many of you air signs are going to be taking a pause, taking a step back, taking time to stop and smell the roses and actually just sit and listen. They're showing me many air signs sitting in a chair. You could either be meditating, you could be in a lounge chair. I really see it happening outside, or in a hammock or somewhere, and just being completely silent and listening. And I also feel that you are going to be, I feel this new moon, this second new moon in September, is also trying to direct you to really pay attention to what people are saying around you. Listen carefully, because I feel some air signs are being confronted with some comments or dealing with people that are saying one thing, but there's really an underlying message under it. Now, you just have to see how that comes out. So you may be dealing with somebody that's saying something to you, but you're sensing it doesn't feel like something's off kilter here, something doesn't match up. It may be because what they're really feeling or what's affecting them isn't totally what they're saying and portraying. So just listen carefully over the course of the next 30 days. Okay, so I hope this little crystal reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. I do get requests because I post the crystal readings on Vimeo for download and purchase. People have asked me to do something on YouTube, so I thought I would do that as I did with the eclipses. So hopefully everybody's feeling better than what they were, because we have a lot of planetary activity that is positive and moving forward now. So many of you may have gotten over the, hopefully gotten past some of the bumpy roads that were happening the past month or so. So I'd like to say thank you so much for watching, sharing, and liking my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I do truly appreciate it. And please remember to subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I post any readings here on YouTube. Please follow me on Twitter and follow me on Facebook, because I do post things there almost daily you won't be able to see here on YouTube. If you would like to get the crystal reading for October 2016 for each sign of the zodiac for download and purchase, you can access these videos by clicking on the link below in the Show More section, and it will take you to my Vimeo videos on demand page for October 2016 crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac for download and purchase. You can also access these videos by going to good old www.theluckymermaid.com and clicking on the videos tab on my menu and going to page 7, and there you'll see the heading October 2016 crystal reading for each sign of the zodiac. You just click on your sign and it will take you to that video. Please stay tuned. In a day or two, or maybe even today, there will be my psychic tarot readings for each sign of the zodiac posted here on YouTube, and the crystal readings for October, as I just mentioned, are going to be on Vimeo. I hope you have an outstanding month of October, all the signs of the zodiac, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.